Hello lovely people, Kitten here. This video is made in mind with, I know a lot of my followers have chronic health issues, know a lot of crafters in general have chronic health issues and disabilities. So this is my day off and I'm at home in my plain glory. I'm just coming out of a really tough patch and I wanted to prepare you, if any of you apply for the new, there's a brand new grant for heating, insulation, energy, that kind of thing, bringing everything up to standard in line with all the things they've got to meet. I can't remember what it's called, but it's brand new. It only came out in April, started in April. And I've just been through this process. The builder's finished a couple of weeks ago. And it's absolutely, totally floored me. Mainly because I didn't know what was involved when I went into it. Because it's so new, there's nothing out there. So I thought I would share my experiences, no judgment, and prepare you, if you apply for these grants, what is going to be in store for you. It's a bit of a process. You have to be on certain benefits. They took evidence of my PIP and my I've got a universal credit exemption from work certificate. They took stuff for that. I applied for about 4 different places. One of them booked an appointment from the surveyor, never came, never heard anything from them again. One of them said, oh well, we don't do 1-bedroom properties. So I thought, okay, so technically the box room has now become a bedroom, so it's only a tiny funny shaped little box room, but it's still another room. Another one said, really weird, we don't do properties built before the 1980s. And I thought, well, surely that's the point. This is a 16th century stable block conversion. Sounds very grand, but it's not. We don't meet any modern criteria at all. But anyway, they wouldn't entertain me. So many people, you know, oh, I'll get back to you, and didn't. But these guys, they did come. The surveyor turned up, second time of asking. And he went through the whole, tiny little flat, 2 rooms, kitchen, bathroom. Went through the place with a fine-tooth comb. I'm very precious, my little nest. It's my little palace. Took 400 plus photographs of everything. I mean, I needed a new boiler. What I wanted to do, the box I ticked, I need a new boiler. My boiler is 40 years old. Don't work. It's had it. This past couple of years has been a nightmare. But he went through everything. He measured every room. He took photographs dozens of times. The windows, measured. The windows are double glazed. I had that done a good few years ago. Measured all that. Even down to the point, if he took photographs of the plug sockets, of the light fittings, took photographs and measured the gaps under the door. And I thought, is this not a bit excessive? He was here for about 3 hours. So you could imagine a total stranger running through all your bits and pieces. I was not happy bunny. I was absolutely, I phoned the old goat in absolute tears. This man's come in and invaded a perfectly pleasant, nothing against him. But my goodness, it was exhausting. So I was expecting, he said they're really, really busy. They're calling everybody they know in to come and do these surveys, to come in. They're absolutely swamped. This is subscribed. People are really taking it up. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to wait ages. About a week, 10 days later, phone call. Because I wasn't in the shop. They left a message, give us a call. we've got good news for you. So I phoned them up. Oh, congratulations, you get a full grant, everything, new boiler, wall insulation and a few other bits and pieces. And I said, wall insulation, what do you mean? These are 3 foot thick, solid stone walls. He said, oh, don't worry. What we do is we put battens and we put this insulation stuff down and finish the walls. We'll move everything, we'll do everything. That was the only information I was given. I thought, well, this is a bit funny, isn't it? I had to order the boiler specially, no problem. We arranged it for a couple of weeks later. I thought, amazing, this is incredible. It's going to be done, finished, sorted. I wasn't here, Trix, because it was on. They started on a Monday. I was away. Trix was here. She said 6 blokes turned up. They said, don't worry, we're only going to work on 2 rooms at a time. I've only got 2 rooms. Luckily, I had packed up a lot of stuff to start with. I had packed up a lot of my art stuff to get out of the way. I had packed up a lot of clothes because they're going to have to move the wardrobe and empty the wardrobe. Packed up my nail table thinking, oh, needs a good clean anyway. Packed up a load of stuff, rolled up the rugs, taken the pictures, done that kind of stuff. What I was not expecting them to do is, it was a massive building project. They literally turned the place into a building site within about a couple of hours. Poor old Trix had nowhere to go. She's not at uni, it was Easter holidays. They said to her, sit on the sofa, don't move. And they practically surrounded everything with, and they had these sticky back dust sheets, which stayed in place, which was really good. And they just took over. I'll give you little walkthroughs of everything. They put battens on the wall, and then they put this insulation down, and then they put plasterboard down, and then they plastered it. I wasn't prepared for any of that. There was plaster dust everywhere. They cut huge great holes. They decided they were going to put extractor fans. Nobody told me about extractor fans. They didn't just put a new boiler in, they completely moved it. So now I've got a great big hole in the kitchen. I'll show you that later. And I came back 5 days later, and it was a building site. They hadn't done a first down clean. So some of the guys there were different guys doing different things. The guy that did the boiler was so good, he was so helpful, he was so kind. He pretty much cleared up after himself. The other guy drilling holes in the wall didn't. He just left piles of rubble everywhere. Trix and my makeup bag was on the toilet system where he decided to drill a hole in the wall and fill it with plaster dust. Everything, in all the drawers, in all the cupboards, everything was coated in dust. There's piles of stuff everywhere because they'd had to move so much more stuff because I didn't know, and you couldn't get in my bedroom. Everything you couldn't get in. I don't know how Trix slept. I think she slept under dust sheets and just made herself a nest. They left her one night she went 24 hours without gas. She was living on takeaway. She couldn't use the kitchen. The standard of the work is quite good. There's one area that is of concern that hasn't been done properly. But it's the lack of information. It's the lack of a worksheet, a job sheet. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. That I was completely unprepared for. Luckily, I got Trix here with me just for a little while still. And luckily I had family to go to because I couldn't have lived here. And luckily I've got family that can help me. I think it's been 2.5 weeks now we've been clear. We've done a basic clean. Bedroom's had a deep clean. Kitchen's had a rough clean, needs a deep clean. The living room we pretty much haven't touched yet, apart from emptying boxes to put back in the bedroom. But if I'd been on my own, I seriously don't know how I would have coped. I think I would have had a breakdown. I really do. It was that intense. So I've been a bit dodgy. I'm still very, very fragile, and I'm still very tired and worn. And my customers have incredibly supported. Thank you all so much. You've been incredible. Just to tell you, if you sign up for these grants, it's going to take you probably 2 or 3 different companies before you find one that will do the work for you. They mess you about, they don't turn up. You don't get any control over what they do. They took the doors off and took an inch off the doors. Why? Don't understand that. They put vents on all the windows. Okay. Didn't bother to tell me. They took all the curtain poles off, didn't put them back. I can't do that. They did put the skirting boards back. They took the skirting boards off and they put them back. Most of them managed to salvage. A couple of them are new. They didn't take the coving off. The insulation is that deep. It's that deep. They just went over the coving. That's how deep it is. So the bedroom is 6 inches smaller. So if you've got fitted furniture, they don't warn you that your furniture is not going to go back. Doesn't matter in my case. I mean, luckily the rooms, I've only got 2 rooms, but they're big, plain, chunky rectangle rooms. It doesn't matter if I lose 6 inches off of them, but some people it might. If you've only got a tiny little space, you might even not be able to get your bed back in. So if you apply for these grants, bear these things in mind. It's going to take you a while to get someone to do the job. The actual guys were fabulous, pleasant, did the work. And you're going to have a mess to clear up afterwards. You're going to need to pack up as if you were going to move. None of this nonsense, oh, don't worry, we'll move everything. You're going to have to pack up as if you were going to move, put it in boxes, secure, well out the way, and be prepared for the debris and the deep cleaning afterwards. So I'll give you a little show of the various things they've done. You will have to excuse the fumbling and bumbling. I am still pretty whacked. I'm finding my through. I am better this week than I've been the past couple of weeks. Still very much finding my way through it all, and it's going to take me months to sort this out. So do apply for it. I'm not putting you off applying for it. I am so incredibly grateful. I have a boiler and I have hot water. Turn the tap on, I get hot water now. I've not had hot water. Ever. Turn the, oh, I'm going to wash my hair. There's hot water. You don't have to think about it. Oh, I'm going to put the tank on for half an hour to get a bit of lukewarm water. I'm incredibly grateful it's been done. I'm just preparing you that this can be the outcome. Be prepared for it. Apply for it. Be prepared for it. I think it probably, as time goes on, it might take you longer to get the work done because the guys said they were swamped. It's really being taken up. I don't know if there's a limit to the money that they've got to spend. So get in quick and get it, because this is a massive thing they've done for me. Thank you, Lord. Just incredible. But it's going to take me months to recover, and I would have approached it completely differently if I had had this information to start with. So I'm going to show you a few bits and pieces, and you can see what they've done. So here's a little part of the reason we've all been so behind. This is the living room. I haven't done anything much in here. This was all full of boxes. This is about 3 weeks later. This was all full of boxes where the bedroom was packed up. Obviously you pot around and you do various bits and pieces, but I haven't done a deep cleaning. Everything needs to come off and be scrubbed and cleaned. Not at the top of my worry list. In my table, I can't do anything useful or productive. Everything needs to be sorted out. We have put a curtain rail up. I don't know quite what we're going to do. The end wall needs sorting out, and the knock-on effect of how that's going to affect the other decorating, don't know yet. I'm really not thinking about that. That's not that's not part. We'll go through to the bedroom here, piles of cleaning supplies and tools and stuff. The bedroom is just about finished. This wall and that wall, they've put the insulation on. They didn't take the coving down, they just went over the top of it. They did take the skirting board off and they've saved most of it. This wallpaper, I actually absolutely adore this wallpaper. Luckily, when I first bought it, I bought a lot. So I had a roll and a half and some scraps left. Discontinued now, obviously. And we got to there. I could have done with an extra drop, but doesn't matter. Saved my beautiful wallpaper. We had a tin of paint because we have just damp treated the outside walls in January. So we painted that wall, put a curtain rail up. We have painted that one as well because while we were at it, there were a lot of things, drips, marks, holes and things on that wall. I got a new lampshade because it was a paper lantern. I thought, yeah, I'm not even going to bother to try and rescue that. But the dust, even to the point where on my nail table, where I keep all my foils, I had to go through and clean all the packets because they were all crusted with dirt. Luckily, I had packed all this up because I knew they're going to have to move the wardrobe to move that, or move that to move the wardrobe. So I knew we were going to have that. But this used to sit here, and now it sticks out. So if you've got any fitted furniture that sits in exactly the same space, beware. You may not when you get back. I think that's what they did in here. They put vents on the window. I don't understand why. It's done and it's lovely. I love it. But it's just the debris, I need cupboard space for that, but I haven't got cupboard space for that yet. And then we go through to the kitchen. I don't know what we're going to do with the kitchen. I really don't know what we're going to do with the kitchen. That hole there, that's where the boiler was. They have repaired all the hole in the wall. They've done that beautifully. That's all new piping. They've moved the boiler from under there to up there. All that new piping. All this under here, you can't see it because the old goats put the tray for my makeup back in there. But the hole at the top where it vents to go outside, took them an hour and a half to drill that, working from both sides to get through the walls, they're that thick. But they didn't tell us to empty this centre. They didn't say anything. They just started drilling, working here with all this stuff here. Yeah. They've put an extractor fan up there. He's wired it to a dead socket because that doesn't work. I love this. Look at this. Look, Oh, straight lines. Are we doing straight lines now? We're not bothered with a straight line. All this clutter under here. I don't know what to do about that. There's no sign of him coming back. I have asked. I might just take it all out because I can do things. I can do little things. I can rewire that plug, repair this faceplate's broken. I can do that. That's not a problem. I can't rewire to that plug, and I can't hardwire the boiler, but I can take all that out if I need to. But yeah, I don't know quite. I don't think we'll tackle it this year. I think it's. See, I'm starting to get all breathless and huffy again, just even going through it all. I don't think this is going to be this year. It's had a good clean, but it's not had a proper deep clean. I think if we just give it a good solid deep clean, and then I'll worry about what we're going to do in here because if we get a new cabinet in, we'll have to do stuff. I don't know. We'll worry about that later. So that's just a quick little walkthrough of what they've been up to. Something we're going to do while we're in this glory mess. I did have pictures of this before I started, but I lost the footage somewhere along the line. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? This used to be the airing cupboard. You can just see the line down the middle. It was a cupboard there with a huge great copper tank, 2 massive great big water tanks. I think they must have put all that in and then built the walls because we couldn't get the tanks out, they were that big. And there's a cupboard there that was just a cupboard. So what we're doing, we've taken that centre wall, it's only a stud wall, it's not anything. Luckily, I have always been DIY and decorating obsessed. My mum taught me to do it all, and I've always loved painting and decorating, so it's in my head. I know what to do, and I'm just directing tricks. Yeah, this needs to be doing, this is how you do it. I taught her how to wallpaper. So this, I've got various plans in mind. This is going to be my new art space. This is going to be, I'm going to put a short desk, a narrow desk, the length, cubbies under, small shelving for me ink over, and this is going to be my new, see if we can, my new art space. Everything's going to be in there. I'll probably put a curtain on the back of it or something. It's going to take a little while because I've got to wait for Robin to come and do things for me. We've gutted it out. I'll put some pictures in. I'll put some pictures in here. I'll take a break, cut video.
My toe. Yep, here's all the skeleton of this thing. Oh, where am I here? Thistle. What's this? Really? Putting together. What's this thing, isn't it? Just brought up to that. Sorry, dog. Almost there. Let's give it a push here.
That's from him taking all the big wall down. That's there. We will do you update videos as we go. He's coming this week. He's going to fix that middle bit. I've got some stuff on order to build in that. This is the most exciting thing. I've always wanted to do this, but never quite imagined how it could possibly happen. And even now I'm not quite sure how it could possibly happen. So we'll keep you updated of how that goes. Right, so I'm just about to pop out the door, go and open the shop, try and do half a day's work. I'm not going to do a full day. I'm too shaky. That's where we are. Please apply for these grants. Please be aware that this is what's going to go on. I don't know. You have to use the people that they send you, and you have to have done what they do. So good luck with it, and I'll keep you updated.